Holocaust survivor named Viktor Frankl once said, "Everything can be taken from a man, except for the last of his human freedoms, the ability to choose one's own attitude in any given set of circumstances, the freedom to choose one's own way." So I actually chose a concept, resilience, as my topic, as opposed to an object. And the reason I did that is because despite having lost every material item in your possession, the one thing no one can ever take away from you is your inner strength. The human race has gone through wars, plagues, natural disasters, this recent horrifying infestation of hipsters we've got going on. Point is, we wouldn't have made it this far without some sort of species-wide drive to keep going in the face of overwhelming obstacles. That's why I think resilience is such a vital concept. It's also an ongoing theme, not just for me, but for my entire family. There's kind of a running joke in my family about the Herculean German female pain tolerance. Now, I'll tell you a story. About 40 years ago, my grandmother was making Christmas dinner for the family when she somehow broke a couple of her toes. Now, instead of doing something like a sane person, going to a hospital, putting on ice or something, she just kind of kept right on cooking and didn't say a thing about it. Now, the weird thing is, decades later, I wound up having the same thing happen to me in the same situation, and I reacted the exact same way. So, the drive to keep going and keep pushing through until the job's done despite difficulties is a value I've instinctively held for most of my life. Without going into great detail, I have been through a lot of hardship in my life, and I've always been the kind of person that just won't lay down and die no matter what gets thrown at me. The effects of resilience are also definitely shaping my attitude toward my future. Going back to school at 26, for example, when a lot of people just kind of roll over and accept their lot in life and resign themselves to this permanent minimum wage hell until the day they die, that's not what I want. I want to be the kind of person who actually has the guts to reach for something more in life and really take a shot at their goals. It also affects my parenting because instead of just mindlessly passing down whatever generational toxicity I've inherited to my own son, I make a conscious effort to do something different and create a healthier and safer environment for him. I also firmly believe that having gone through difficulties in one's own life affects the amount of compassion you're going to have for the suffering of other people, and that's one of the reasons why I want to become a mental health counselor, to sort of help people foster that own inner strength when they need it the most. Nobody gets through this life unscathed. Everyone goes through something that changes them, whether it's breaking a nail or getting hit by a bus. But your ability to push through those things, to endure in the face of the odds, is what's ultimately going to get us through the educational journey that we're on and put that diploma in our hands. You don't get a degree without perseverance. You have to earn it. Some people ask, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? I think there's a more important question. What would you keep doing, even if you knew you were going to fall down repeatedly? What would you be willing to stand back up and keep fighting for?